Gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am Harry. This is Tyson. We don't do any long intros here, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Monday Night Raw. Did you happen to watch it? Tell me you watched it.
I did watch it.
Boy, was that a whole bunch of horseshit, right?
I don't know. I don't think it was so bad.
No?
No,
Okay.
not as. I mean, it wasn't the worst show.
Okay. Man, that was like just like ice skating through quicksand, for me at least. So, naturally, we're right off the heels of Money in the Bank, so we get a recap. There's going to be a lot of those. And then right from the get go, Seth Rollins opens. And he literally doesn't say shit. Of course, you get your 20-minute woe spot. And I don't know if you were paying attention or not, but did the crowd kind of seem like they weren't woeing for him?
Oh, we've already talked about that. I don't know. I've already called them out for piping in woes.
I think I just noticed the crowd was completely different for Cody's woe than they were for Seth's.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they piped in woes.
Okay. I didn't know if it was just me, but anyway, so they did the 20-minute woe spot that may or may not have been legitimate. And he's like, I'm the visionary. Then he recapped Money in the Bank, even though we just had a video package, like literally just had a video package. And then Cody interrupts, and the battle of the woes begins. So, what do you think so far?
Yep, the crowd comes back out, or the crowd has to woe back to back.
I appreciate how the crowd went from just doing the woe thing to now they just sing his entire song.
Yeah, I don't know. We're like in the sing along era.
I don't like it.
Like, even like if we want to fast forward to SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
they were singing whose song were they singing? Edge's song. They were singing Edge's whole song. They sing
Oh, were
Cody's
they?
whole song. Yes.
I didn't even pay attention.
We're in the sing era. Sing along with WWE. All that's left is to put the little bouncy things over the words as they
Right.
go. And then it changes colors. They put it on the Titantron so you can sing along. Oh, if you don't know the words, just look at the Titantron.
Well, it's like the crowd has to be part of the show. They can't just like fucking sit there and enjoy it. They gotta participate.
Well, even more so, they're kind of trying to dictate how the crowd participates. They're creating
Well,
drones
that
out there.
too.
It's like, okay, let them do what they want to do. Then they're coming to the show to have fun. No, we gotta I don't even know the word, but coast them into woeing and oh
We gotta encourage them to woe, and if they don't woe, well, we'll just put in noise of crowds that cooperated that weren't a challenge.
yeah, don't worry, we got a lot of crowds that woed. You don't
Yeah.
need to woe,
Mm.
as I'm sure they'll soon be booing.
So, um, going back to Cody, he starts off by doing his little catchphrase, and to me, it still isn't working. The what do you want to talk about? So, what do you want to talk about? We could talk about. Anyway,
It doesn't bother me. I don't know.
it bugs the shit out of me.
There's plenty that bothers me on the show. That's not one of them.
He, it bugs me because he's such a perfect. Like right now he's the best baby face in the company, and he's the best. You don't think
The
he's the
most
best?
over or just the best?
I would say both.
I don't know.
Who's the who? Go ahead.
Oh, there's a guy over on SmackDown. Yeah. I think
You
it's a little bit more over.
you think so?
I don't know. And then we can't be counting the O's. We're
No,
talking
no,
about
no. We're not talking
minus
about the.
O.
And I mean, he doesn't have the type of theme song that you can sing along to. So no, I think
No, okay. I'd say I can give you that much. Cody is probably the most over baby face. LA Knight's
and
getting there, but
LA Knight's not a baby face either.
oh, he is now.
And LA Knight's he's over for different reasons.
Yeah, but he's a baby face now. Legit.
Okay.
Like there was a so I guess to skip forward a little bit, he wasn't on SmackDown at all. But
No, he
after the
wasn't.
show went off the air, he was on SmackDown, because they had to get that pop. And he interrupts Hit Row. They jump him, and then he gets the advantage. And then he gets the mic and says, whose game is it? LA Knight. Yeah. And then that was how the crowd went home. So that was like the unofficial main event of SmackDown.
Do you think they're building him up just to be fodder for Roman?
No,
Because really, that's the only option, isn't it? Either that or Theory.
no, I think they're letting this lightning catch, and then they're just, I don't know, maybe they're gonna just see where it goes, and then he becomes like a guy who can carry SmackDown.
Okay.
And we're talking in the future, not like now.
Sure.
Theory, I mean, there's already conversations of if he should be the one to dethrone Theory at SummerSlam,
Right.
but he's not even in a match at SummerSlam yet. He might not be on SummerSlam.
Well, I thought the goal was Paul. Didn't you say that last week?
Well, I don't remember.
Was
I
this
don't
about
remember saying that.
sources that?
It doesn't sound like that's something I would say.
Fair enough. Well, moving on. So, as soon as Cody starts talking, Brock immediately comes out. And then Cody immediately forgets about Seth Rollins, which I'm happy for. I said, thank you, Jesus. But kind of shows where the belt is if just a non-title street fight with Lesnar is more important than a title match for the world heavyweight belt.
Well, I thought it was funny because just literally the night before at the post show conference, the media scrum, if you want to call it, Cody was just saying that that title is not the story. The story is the one that his dad held, alluding to Roman Reigns' title. And he said, I'm not putting down that title in any way. It's just that title's not the story. And then here he is next night teasing that he's going for it.
Oh, the okay. See, that's why I don't watch that shit because they
Because
don't. I mean, you could at least. Okay, maybe he didn't know. In all fairness, on Monday that he was gonna have a fake challenge for Seth's belt, but he had to have known at some point it was gonna happen.
Vince didn't tell him that was the story yet.
Right. It wasn't 5 minutes before he his his music didn't just hit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, pal, that's your story now. And you're going to show that that's your title. That's the one, pal. That's Vince McMahon.
So anyway, Cody goes after Brock. Initially starts with Cody just hitting him with little rabbit punches while Brock lifts him like a child and slams him into the steel barricades. I lost my place. I was doing so
The
good.
brawl. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes brawling. Brock Lesnar throws him around like a child.
Yeah, so they fight their way back to the ring, and then Lesnar makes like he's gonna go for an F5, and then Cody counters it into a cutter, and then Brock Lesnar rolls out into the ring, and they just kind of a stare off. Now I thought Brock was gonna like get back in the ring and tear into Cody, which I thought would have been awesome, but instead he just looked at him and then walked away, which that's my only gripe about that. I didn't like how it ended. But everything else is great. I mean, this is it's nice to have something to look forward to besides like the bloodline stuff. Like I and you're gonna make me suck your balls after this, but as much as I like Gunther, I do enjoy a good storyline every now and then, and they don't haven't committed to a good storyline with Gunther yet.
Mm. They're trying, I guess.
Yeah, I guess his story is his story is more big picture, but the people he has to work with is
Yeah.
and the people that he's associating with is even blur.
Well, maybe they turn it around, I guess. We're almost to the point where, I mean, they're gonna they keep this up. They're gonna be down there with Alpha Academy.
Well, but anyway, so we are back in the Brock and Cody business. I thought it was awesome. Like, I don't like it when they pause feuds like this. Like, they had a Cody had an intense feud where he had his arm broken, and then Brock just disappeared, and then he had the little mini program with Dominic, and it just I don't know. It just takes the flow is just off to me. And I know why they're doing it. I get the reasoning behind it. It's just it's off to me. But anyway, I'm excited for it. It's
Yeah,
refreshing. Everything Cody does is usually pretty good. Never thought I'd say that about Stardust ever.
he takes pride in his work,
He does.
and that's how it should be. But yeah, we're doing this at SummerSlam. So round three, and
Round
then
three.
we can go to the next phase of Cody.
Now we did say that there was going to be a stipulation because we had the first match where it was a victory, a Rhodes victory by fluke pin. The second one, Cody passed out, so they have to have the rubber match. But now there has to be a stipulation.
Yeah, and they kind of hinted to it, I guess.
Did they?
Co- Uh, yeah, later on in that little interview where Cody said, "We both can't exist on Monday Night Raw," like a loser leaves town match, and then that's how we get Cody on SmackDown. Or, I mean, it's probably just going to be like a no holds barred, but they did allude to. I mean, really, it should be like a either last man standing or I quit. Now the only
Or
problem
or a steel
is
cage?
Cody's not making Brock quit, so
Right.
so it's not going to be an I quit match. So yeah, last man standing, still cage, something like that.
Or a bullwhip.
Oh, they could bring back the strap match. That would be. Oof.
Although I don't know about it. I don't know if I'd want to get strapped by Lesnar.
Yeah, you want to talk about, or they could bring back the cowbell match. Remember those?
Uh-huh.
Or was that the bull rope
That was the bull rope.
with the cowbell on it?
I think I said bullwhip, but I meant bull rope match.
Oh,
But yeah, that had the cowbell. And they
yeah,
used the
those are.
cowbell.
And that big thick ass rope and get hit with it.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, moving on. yeah. Anyway, looking forward to that. But Rollins continued his little thing, and I wasn't interested. And then the Judgment Day came out, and they said some shit I don't care about. I'm sure Priest gloated about his Money in the Bank victory and whatever. Couldn't care. Did you catch it?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it was. Now,
All right.
we need to point something out here.
Oh yeah, and I wasn't interested in Ripley's exchange with Rollins because she has to hang with the boys instead of like actually have a meaningful feud.
Well, she didn't say too much.
She
She
still
just,
said she still said something. She still had to have her little moment.
yeah. So okay, they first of all, Rollins, beginning of the show, he comes out, he does the whoa thing. Cody comes out, Brock comes out, they brawl. After the brawl, we go to commercial. We come back from the commercial, and Seth Rollins is now back in the ring, hands out, doing the whoa thing. No joke. So he did the whoa to begin the show. They come back from the commercial. He does the whoa again.
Okay. I didn't know that. There's something else that I'm going to point out, but I didn't notice that one. This show is weird.
Yeah. So we got now we're like at a total of 7 of the opening 15 minutes of woeing.
Okay.
And yeah, Judgment Day they come out, and Damian Priest he says, "I got money in the bank. I can cash it in uh, at SummerSlam. I can cash it in at WrestleMania. I can cash it in tonight." And Rollins says, "Oh, this sounds like a well, no." When he says, "I can cash it in tonight," Rollins said, "I don't even have a match tonight. I was just gonna go. Uh, where were they at? I don't know. I was just gonna go party on the good streets of wherever they were, and listen to everybody sing my song." And then,
Maryland. They're in Maryland.
yeah, Baltimore,
Yeah.
Baltimore. That's what he said. "I'm gonna go party on the streets of Baltimore and listen to everybody sing my song." Pause for
God damn.
more O's.
See, that's why I
And
skipped the shit.
I'm telling you, they just like running. It's like, "Oh, we need you to react. Do the whoa."
Well, it's bad enough that Judgment Day is on every fucking second of Raw, but every time Rollins is on, you have to have, yeah, just whoa. It's nonstop whoa. I want
Yeah.
to jam a red hot poker in my anus.
Well, and you're gonna get more woes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so we get that, and then Dominic challenges Seth to a match on the main event,
Yep. They
and
schedule. They schedule a match that I will be not
that you would be
interested in
skipping.
later. Yeah.
So uh, I think that's when Rhea stepped in and said he accepts or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, Seth challenged Dominic, and Rhea said he accepts. So that was Rhea's part. Um, Seth did point out this sounds like a trap, but you know what? Let's do it.
Okay.
So that is how we get the main event set up and 15 minutes of owing.
All right. Well, then we find out that Priest is wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, we've
More O's.
more O's. Yeah, there was more O's. Jesus Christ, there was more O's. Well, what I noticed, here's what I'm going to point out. So when the Judgment Day came out to interrupt Seth Rollins, they played the Judgment Day's theme song. And then they played Rollins' theme song when he left. And then they went to commercial break. So then Priest is standing in there just in the middle of the ring while his theme song is playing. So are you telling me that they stopped Rollins' theme song just to awkwardly shift it back to Damien? That's theme song overload to me.
That's just TV magic.
No, it's
But
not.
yes, they gotta let
Very
you know who's in the ring.
it's very glaring and weird.
But yeah, it didn't make sense, but that is what happened.
Um, to me, this was one of those matches that I, if you're gonna build up Priest, I don't think he should have of 20 to 30 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like it was 20 to 30 minutes with Shinsuke Nakamura. If he's gonna be the heavyweight champion, I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Oh, it wasn't that long. It was 15 minutes or so, 15 to 17 minutes. It felt
God, it
longer
felt like
because of
forever.
the commercials.
Okay, I do have to give Priest props for how he handled Shinsuke's shaky leg thing. I don't know if you caught it, but he did the shaky leg thing, but then Priest just like immediately just picked it up and threw him. It's like
Good vibrations is what that's called.
whatever. I'm not calling it that. Shaky leg is more manly. And yeah, I did notice that Finn wasn't around by the end of the match. Like it
Yes, he
kind of
wasn't
dawned
there.
on me, like, oh yeah, where's Finn? Is he still pouting?
Yeah, he wasn't there. He's still sulking from his loss.
But yeah, it was a match that lasted too long. More Judgment Day stuff. So after that,
So
any yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
remember when Shinsuke came back and I said another thing that didn't age well. I said this is the guy who's going to take down Gunther. They're building him up as a, they're re imaging him. He's building him up as a big deal.
Well,
Yeah,
it does age well because I told you were full of shit. Then I believe, or
it
at least
did,
it said no.
but I'm just saying, yeah, that didn't age well. He is right back down where he was before he left, maybe even lower.
They didn't even try.
I mean, they pumped him up for like I don't know 1 or 2 episodes, and I don't even know if they did that because it was just against the Miz.
Yeah, Miz doesn't count at all.
So yeah, didn't age well there,
Mm.
but that's okay. You get you got to get them wrong sometimes to get them right.
No sources.
No sources.
No sources. Moving on. We got Ronda Rousey. She starts to talk, and then before she can say anything, Baszler comes out immediately. Because why would it be different from the last segment? Because it's exactly how the last segment started.
Yeah, it was a little different.
No, the Seth Rollins started to say some shit. Cody came out. Cody started saying some shit. Judgment Day came out. Ronda started saying some shit. Baszler came out.
Yeah, but it was different because Shayna said for the no one wants to hear you
Well,
talk
hold
on the
on.
mic.
I was gonna get to that, but go ahead.
That was it. So she
No.
said no one wants to hear you talk on the mic. So she was actually saving
Yeah. Everyone's
saving the
tired of
segment.
hearing you try to talk on the microphone.
Yeah.
She's all like, ah. Like she's been holding that in. Um, they were very wooden and phony, so I kind of skipped it. They brawled. Ronda got hit with a nice knee by Shayna, but then she killed it because she got hit with the knee and then she toppled over and she looked like she was unconscious. And then, like a second later, oh, Shayna, this isn't over. Like, Ronda's been knocked out. Did you watch? You watched Nunes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You watched. That's getting knocked out. She didn't immediately just get up, pop up, and start saying, "Amanda, it's not over."
Well, I mean, on the flip side of that, Conor McGregor did get knocked out, and he was immediately still talking shit. I saw
Well,
your wife's in my DMs.
no. Connor didn't get knocked out. He got a broken leg. It's completely different.
Well, he was about to get knocked out,
Well, possibly.
but he was on the ground talking shit still.
Yeah, as I understand it, he wasn't. He wasn't doing so well in that fight, and then that happened. But I don't know. What I do know is that just really bugs the shit out of me because it was perfect the way she just toppled over, and like back in the day they would just fucking stay and just act like they were goddamn knocked out. Nope.
Well, I mean, we are talking about Ronda Rousey here.
I guess, but basically the reason why Baszler, what I gathered is Baszler thinks that Ronda's a narcissist. So
Yeah, pretty much that. Baszler was blaming Ronda Rousey because she says, "You think this is about you? I love this business, and why'd you even come? I brought you in." The, she wasn't. It sounded like there was more that was supposed to be said that she was like not saying.
mm,
It almost felt like she was alluding to the fact that the rumors are that Ronda Rousey's on her way out.
she did
So
seem really nervous.
yeah, so rumor mill, they're saying that this is like Ronda Rousey's last match, and she's going possibly back to UFC. Who knows? But
Yeah.
so it kind of sounded like it was like I brought you in, and then you're leaving already. You're quitting on this business that I love. It almost sounded like that's what she was alluding to, but she didn't want to say that directly for whatever
Yep.
reason.
My understanding is, at least from what I've read, she's given a hard out date, and it's before SummerSlam. I think Dave Meltzer may have said that.
Well, it's not before SummerSlam.
I th-
She's gonna have a SummerSlam match. I'm
I,
thinking,
I don't know. I think that's what he said.
so they're gonna have this match before SummerSlam.
Possibly. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Ronda Rousey's leaving. She's seemingly going to put over Shayna Baszler, who is the babyface of this rivalry. Don't get that mistaken.
Hmm.
She's going to put her over, and then out goes Ronda Rousey. What she does next, who knows?
Um. So after that, we get the Alpha Academy backstage, and they said some things, and I gotta tell you, I was way too distracted to hear a goddamn word either of them said. So did you catch it? Because Dupree was distracting. I'll just say that.
Uh, Not really. They didn't. I mean, they did say words. I didn't really get. They were just saying they were going to win their match, pretty much.
Okay, cool. I skipped whatever No Definition Rodriguez and Liv Morgan did. And did did they do anything important?
We had a tag team turmoil
Oh,
match.
I got that.
Oh no, they just came out for that.
Oh, okay. I skipped that shit. Um so so you have Sonya Green or Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, uh, who have another opportunity to lose a title match. Then you have Emma and Nikki Cross. um, who are a team simply because they need warm bodies. And their link is that they are Australian, which I thought Nikki was Scottish. So I may have
She
heard that wrong.
is when she's yeah. I think I don't know her flag she used to wear like when she was in Insanity. They all wore flags, and hers was
Uh-huh.
like blue with the it's white and blue, whatever that is. I don't know. Boy,
Okay.
I'm gonna sound. I don't know flags. All right, chat.
So initially Nikki Cross was asked Chelsea Green, who or not Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae. Is that who it was? They all look the
Oh,
same to
I
me.
got you. I got you. Hold
Okay,
on.
yeah, go ahead. Just tag you in.
Okay, so Indy Hartwell is Australian. Nikki Cross was asking Candice LeRae because she heard about the Tomorrow match. Well, she didn't ask Candice LeRae. She assumed Candice LeRae was going to be her partner because, it's her friend. And then Candice LeRae says, "Oh, I already have a partner." Indy Hartwell was the partner. In walks Emma, who says, uh, I'm, pretty much I'm the better Australian anyway, so you can tag with me. She was alluding to Indy Hartwell, who was Australian.
Okay, so they have absolutely no link together. They just need. So where the fuck is Alba Fire and Isla Dawn?
They're on SmackDown.
So
Now, I know there's going to
so
be
are you kidding me?
I know there's going to be a big plot hole because literally Emma's on SmackDown too, but
Exactly.
I guess they didn't want him to be in the tournament.
They had IYO Sky flip back and forth too. Why the fuck would the Unholy Union not have a rematch? They just lost their belts.
Yeah, back off TV they go.
God damn. I noticed the Indus Share hasn't been around either. That they have these fucking awesome teams, and we got fucking Judgment Day all over the place. And then what else we have? We have fucking Nikki Cross and Emma. We have Candice LeRae and whoever the fuck she was teaming
Indy
with.
Hartwell. We just went over that.
Yeah, we got we did. We got the new bitches, the Carter and Chance. That they come out and they look like strippers.
They're ravers. Ooh, ooh. They got their little smoke
Oh,
gun
I hate
back.
them even more now. And it's just, and then you have this little fucking subplot where Nikki wants to just fuck Candice LeRae.
Yeah, she's getting
Like
obsessed with her.
after Candice LeRae gets pinned, she's leaving, and then Nikki tags herself out, so Emma's all alone, and then Nikki's just fucking sitting. Are you okay? Are you? What the fuck, man? What the fuck is this shit?
It wasn't good. It
No, it
seemed like it
wasn't.
was just a waste
Anything
of
to do with
time.
Nikki Cross is awful. I hate to say it, she's awful.
Yeah, this character's. I don't know. There's a disconnect here.
She's
She's
just
definitely not
bad.
who she was in NXT. I'll say that.
I she's exactly who she was in NXT. She does that fucking fake laughing shit and the
I'm talking about early Emma or what? Nikki Cross. Early Nikki Cross. She wasn't talking at all.
I still remember.
Okay.
She's crazy. She's 2'5" or 350. I don't know. Fuck, I fucked it up. She's wild. Nikki Cross. Anyway, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, they win. So they have an opportunity against Liv Morgan and No Definition Rodriguez.
You forgot to mention a very important part of this match.
Go for it.
Uh,
I mentioned Nikki Cross wanting to have sex with Candice LeRae. I didn't think there was anything else that was important.
No, so you got damn it. I don't remember who it was. So Dana Brooke was out there.
Was she?
Yes.
Why?
And I don't remember who her partner was. Not that it's relevant,
Oh,
but
did I miss? I didn't even
she
know she was in that.
yes. Now she
Huh.
became a very special part in history,
What
Dana
is it?
Brooke.
Oh, did her fake
And
titties
she
pop out?
no, and she went
Oh.
viral on Twitter for some reason. So she and her team lost during a commercial break, which became a big deal that she lost during a commercial break. And I was
Hey,
like,
hey, she's being the best she can be every day.
yeah.
Vince Russo.
And I put on Twitter, it's everybody's shitting on this, but you understand how special it is that you lose on a commercial break? That's like getting fired on your day off. So yeah, that it became a big thing that the disrespect of Dana Brooke continues because she loses during commercial break.
Well, because she's awful.
But
I mean,
seriously, who
see,
loses during a commercial break?
see Nikki Cross. What do you want me to say?
Like not even a picture in picture. Go to commercial, we come back, the next team is
I don't know. She's irrelevant, so that's probably why they picked her. I don't think that they would have done this if it was one of the dudes men or one of the men's matches.
Mm, maybe hit row would be.
Oh yeah, maybe hit row.
But
I
yeah, that
just
was
think that
worth
the
noting there.
especially the tag team division is just so irrelevant right now. They were starting to build it up with Rousey and Baszler, and then I guess they wanted to fuck that up.
And Rousey's out.
Yep. Could have just kept Unholy Union as the champions. They could have, you know what? The Baszler could have turned at that match,
She could have. Would have made more
and then
sense.
Liv Morgan and fucking No Definition Rodriguez could have won this stupid ass piece of shit match. And then you'd have Unholy Union versus the champion, the former champions, the former champions.
You're making too much sense here.
It just bugs the shit out of me. They didn't even get an opportunity. They didn't even interfere. They didn't cost any of them a chance. They're gone. Fuck me.
Yeah. Oh, it was Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox.
Oh.
That was the answer. That's who Dana Brooke's partner was. Tegan Knox. Now I don't even remember if she was injured or not, but she came back to lose on commercial with Dana Brooke.
Since we're going back, it was Dave Meltzer, but I could have sworn he said before SummerSlam, but I think he amended it to say it might be SummerSlam, it might be sooner, it might be after, but she gave a date, so I don't know.
Boy, that's some hardcore journalism right there. It could be before, it could be during, or it could be after. Well, what else is there? Golly.
Well, I think the key takeaway from that is Ronda Rousey's leaving. I don't think when specifically she's leaving, I don't think that's what he's trying to convey. So,
But that's my point. If this you're supposed to be a journalist, that's the gap you're supposed to fill. I can tell you she's leaving. Hey, at some point, Ronda Rousey is going to leave the company. You, as the journalist, are supposed to fill the gap of when that is. Journalism. Oh, and by the way, now I want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. We're going to interject. So, if you remember way back in our in our early episodes, I said there was this other YouTube channel that gets a lot of interviews uh, with wrestlers. Do you happen to remember that conversation? I know you don't, but that's okay.
Are you gonna let me answer, or are you just gonna answer for me?
You go ahead.
I vaguely remember it. Ha! Now what? What fucker?
Well, and then I went on these few weeks about beat that podcast. We're gonna beat that podcast in numbers. They're probably blowing us out. I haven't checked.
Probably.
Anyway, but anyway, the guy who does this podcast thing, his name is like Stephen Fall or something,
Hmm.
and this geek was in the media scrum, and he went viral on Twitter too because he asked, "Oh God." So he's in the media scrum, and he asked Damian Priest when it was his turn if Bad Bunny was going to come back to WWE and join the Judgment Day. This was legitimate. He got invited to this media scrum, and this is the question he's asking: Is Bad Bunny gonna come back and join the Judgment Day? And Damian Priest is like, "What kind of question is this?"
Oh.
And he's like, "It was match of the year."
I don't want. You know what? I don't want
So that's
even.
what.
I don't want to get into like a shit flinging thing with another YouTube channel. Nobody's gonna hear this anyway, but still.
Oh, I'm gonna clip it. You fucking geek.
All I can say
There we
is
go.
if anything you're telling me is if it's as exactly as you're telling me or how I'm seeing it in my head, their content's not for me. I'll just say that. Best of luck to
Yeah,
them though. I hope they can continue to whoop our asses.
he's like some geek, and he's like, "It's match of the year," and that voice too. So we
Ugh.
found, and yeah, it just went viral on Twitter. It's like, who's this
Oh, I
geek
got the douche chills.
asking? Who's this geek asking these questions? Why are these kind of people getting invited to the media scrum?
That's another reason why I don't watch the
Yeah,
team.
you fancy yourself a journalist, Steve?
It just
And
seems
I'm saying your name too. I'm putting it out there. I ain't holding back. Steve Fall. What?
it just seems so stupid to have a press conference or like a post game press conference after or for wrestling. I don't know.
Well, that's another story. And
Yeah.
oh, by the way, to clear it up for anybody who's listening, um, or will listen, and if you are, by the way, segue, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. That is the goal by the end of the year. 500 subscribers. We will be doing a giveaway, something special, and we are also now on Threads. So if you want to do the Threads thing, go ahead and follow us over there. I will put I'll put the handle in the description past the like button. And if you just want to hear it, it's the show 7. I'm sorry, the show podcast 7 on Threads. So we are now on Threads.
Okay. Anything else?
And I forgot what. Oh, and comment below. You know what? I'm not going to ask you any questions this time. Just comment below. Stephen Fall is a geek. That's it.
Okay.
That's the assignment tonight. Stephen Fall is a geek. That's the comment.
All right. Moving on. Becky
Yeah.
Lynch.
Forgot what else. Oh, wait. Then that was the last thing. Sorry. Just the last thing here. The clear.
Uh,
Sorry, I got a lot to get on
no,
my
that's
chest
all
here.
good. Good.
I hold this stuff in for a week and I
Hey,
gotta get it out.
hey, do what you gotta do, man.
To answer everybody on Twitter who, People were trying to pretend that the WWE was like the originator of this media scrum thing. They copied Tony Khan. Okay,
Oh, no doubt.
point blank. They copied. They copied this from
100%.
AEW.
Because
All right.
I didn't notice WWE starting to do it until AEW did it. Like, I think they did it since day one, haven't they?
Yeah, AEW's done this since day one.
Yeah.
And if I want to exactly pinpoint it, if I recall, they did it the pay per view that was after the CM Punk thing.
Yeah. No,
Like that was
they've done like little press conferences, like I believe Andre and Hogan. They've done something like that. Or the when Roman had a confrontation with Logan Paul at Clash or Crown Jewel.
yeah, just like this face off.
Yeah, they do that, but like the post match conference, like they're the fucking athletes.
Wrestlers coming out in towels and
Ah, yeah, I hate it,
water.
and they're out of character. Oh, it was good art. It's my art, my
Yeah,
craft.
yeah, and then that's how you get Cody saying, "Well, I mean, that title's not my story," and then the next night he's out there shilling that he's going to go for the title
Right.
or teasing. Anyway, that's all I got off my chest there. Stephen Paul's a geek. Let's continue.
All right.
And if he wants to fight, we can strap up too.
Jesus.
I'll knock him down.
My God.
I don't even know the guy.
No, I'm sure you don't. If he's rubbing elbows and with
And
the
the
other.
penis is bigger than his. All right, that's it.
Becky Lynch. I skipped her shouting. So, did she say anything important? No, she didn't. Becky's
No.
face can't show any emotion. She like there's a point where she's laughing and like she's just so dead faced because like her Botox or whatever the fuck she's done to it is just overdone. And then
That's funny. I thought she actually looked kind of good. Anyway,
she looks like a crack whore to
we don't
me.
need to get into
But
that
yeah,
conversation.
it doesn't matter.
We've already tangented.
Yeah. Trish came out. She was wearing a mask and she said she was the best ever, and that was kind of my breaking point.
I don't know if she's wrong.
Anything to add? You don't know if
No.
she's wrong?
Who better?
Than Trish Stratus?
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean all. Don't just throw. Don't just be throwing wrestling at me.
I think Luna Vachon's better.
Who better? Does she even wrestle?
Luna Vachon?
Yeah.
Of course she did.
Wasn't she just a manager?
She was primarily used as a manager, I think, by WWE, but no, she wrestled. I think she was women's champion at one point. She wrestled Sable.
I know she was a champion in the video game,
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. NES.
Yeah, she was champion at one point. No. She wasn't champion because that was like her lifelong dream and they just kept fucking her over with it. Her story is actually really sad. I'm a big fan of hers after. She's one of those. I'm gonna get fucking lambasted if this if anybody ever makes it this far. But it's kind of like when you watch Intervention, or what I imagine how people watch Intervention, where the emotions and stuff, where you see like this piece of shit just trying to survive day in and day out.
Yeah.
And she just, I don't know, you can just tell that she's just had a hard life.
Well.
And she just wants to be loved and approved and shit. But anyway, she could wrestle her ass off, and I would put her above Trish.
Okay.
So that better.
Okay. There you go. Luna Vachon.
But anything else to add?
No, go ahead.
Cool.
I told
So
you I did my side tangent already, so I'm gonna let you get through this segment.
all right, fair enough. So Cody Rhodes had a entrance ramp interview, which I thought was really odd until his pyro hit and we get more woes
Of course.
because we haven't hit our quota yet.
Yeah, I gotta do more.
So then the lady asks if he has any comments about Lesnar, and then he says he has unfinished business and will fight him anytime, any place.
Yep.
Then we get Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders. So the angle with Alpha Academy is they just want to fuck Maxine, right? They just want to spit roaster. Like that's the only reason. Like she's doing the shitty arm drags and she's doing the shitty suplexes and she did the shitty sunset flip and she did the shitty worm. And they're all like, "Oh man, that's so great! You're my best student." They're just trying to tag team her, right?
I don't know. I
That's the
don't know.
story.
I know Otis wants to get in there. He wants to slide between them cheeks. I don't know about Chad Gable. And I'm not saying anything about like that, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's like into her that way. Like he hasn't hinted that he would be into her that way. Like
Okay.
maybe she's not his kind of type. But I'm sure given the opportunity he'd do it. It seems like he's just more so
Well, maybe he's one of them really assertive types that treat him like shit and like dogs. Like don't even acknowledge him until like he needs a hole to stick it in.
that's his game plan. And then she
Maybe
has
I
to
don't
work
know.
for his attention.
I don't know. Like that's to me that's the only thing that makes sense because she fucking sucks.
Well, I think yeah, for him it's more so about coaching. And then Otis, yes, wants to motorboat betwixt them cheeks.
All right. So yeah, Dupree does two awful arm drags. She did that awful suplex, and then going back just a little bit, the Priest and Nakamura match.
Boy, that
Um,
you're talking
yeah, I
about
know,
a little
right?
bit. Mm.
Priest did this thing where he did the suplex, and he halfway lifted Nakamura up, but then he put him down, and then he did this head slap thing. What the fuck was that?
I don't remember that spot.
Oh, well, I'm glad I stopped everything for that.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so then Dupree tried to do the worm spot. Like she took for fucking ever. Just doing the leg shakes and everything. And then Valhalla was the only
Most
smart
awkward
one.
shake.
Huh?
I said the most awkward shake.
Yeah. It was
But there was
just
a lot of tit shaking going on, so there's that.
I
That
mean, I
I
wasn't
guess
mad
that's a
at it.
plus.
I didn't know. I
She
mean,
was just jiggling what she had.
I'm complaining I'm complaining about it strictly out of wrestling wrestling sense. Anything else it was pure heaven. But anyway, Valhalla she recovers as Dupree is doing the knee or doing the worm and then hits her with a knee. Because apparently all the chicks they do knees now. They're MMA knee striker chicks.
Well, I will say Shayna always has done the knee. That's
Well, of
just one of her
course.
core
I
moves.
mean, I get that. I'm
And then
just
Valhalla, Eric does a knee, so it would make sense that she does one.
well, she did this thing where she slowly lifted up Maxine Dupree and then did this little smile thing and then which is Nikki's gimmick, if we're being honest. and then she gets thrown in the corner, and Maxine does the little flippy move, and 1, 2, 3. Alpha Academy wins. Stupid.
Almost it was a roll up, but I don't know if she was supposed to be doing a code red there or
It
what.
was
But
awful, is what she did. That's what she was supposed to do. It was fucking bullshit. I wrote, fuck everything about this.
I
Fuck
wrote,
everybody
why is
involved.
Valhalla losing? She's communicating with the gods and she's getting rolled up. Like that didn't make sense to me. Again, mythical character shouldn't be losing in a roll up. Shouldn't be losing at all, really.
I don't, yeah, I don't know, man.
And let me take the reins there. Mythical characters, that's my realm. That's pro wrestling to me. Papa Shango, Undertaker, not the Boogeyman.
Well,
I hated every second of him.
she has this move where she tosses him in the air and headbutts him. So why is she? It's fucking dumb. Anyway, moving on. Or unless you got anything else.
Nope.
Okay, just Dupree wasn't bad to look at. I appreciated the backstage interview better, but what can you do? I skipped Ricochet's backstage thing. He apparently, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Logan Paul. I thought he was doing something with LA Knight. Now it's Ricochet. So
Yeah, it looks like they have swerved us. Oh, me.
so is this like,
In another
man, this is
moment,
like a string.
I know. I'm just not having good luck right now.
No?
It's almost as if there's no logic behind the shows right now. Anyway,
Mm,
Logan Paul
that's wrestling.
and Ricochet seems to now be the, or maybe someone's listening to our show and then doing the opposite of what I
Yeah,
say.
that's
So
what
like
they're
me.
doing. They're listening to our show and they're saying, "Oh man, those bastards!
Hey, I'm telling you, there's so many things.
They hit the nail on
I'm
the
sure.
head. There's geniuses."
I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but there's so many times that we say something and then it either happens or yeah, they put it in a promo. Seth sing along is becoming a thing. Who was saying that first? You heard it here. Seth sing along is what I named him several weeks ago. What is he being called now? Oh, and they're saying it in promos. Oh, you're gonna do sing along and that's it. Oh, go ahead, sing along. Finn Balor saying that. I'm sure that's just a coincidence though that I call himself sing along, and now they're mentioning sing along on TV.
Okay.
Coincidence.
I don't even know where I left off.
Oh, you're trying to shit on me for getting the Logan Paul
I wasn't trying
and
to
LA
shit on
Knight
you.
thing wrong.
I was just pointing it out.
And now we're going LA Knight, or I'm sorry, we're going Logan Paul versus Ricochet.
Which is good. That means I won't have to skip an LA Knight match.
Yeah, you can skip a Ricochet match instead.
Yep.
I
Moving
mean, what
on.
are they thinking
Oh,
here?
I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't
Whose
like either one
idea
of
was
them.
that?
I don't care. This is an ideal scenario for me.
You think that was a Vince McMahon thing, huh? Oh, let's get Ricochet out there for Logan Paul,
I
who
would
had
imagine
previously has gone
if
against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, both champions.
if you've paid attention, they've like the Royal Rumble and this last match, him and Ricochet have been him being Logan Paul. They've been in like one of them little glam Kofi Kingston type spots. This one, I think they landed on they trapezed the top rope, or they
Well,
tried to. They both fucked it up, but
yeah, so it was a botch. Logan Paul, he talked about it on his podcast, and he said, it was a botch. It was supposed to be a Spanish fly through the table. It was
okay.
supposed to, you know, be a viral moment and leads into the SummerSlam match, but Ricochet is unprofessional and he messed it up. That's what he said on his podcast.
Mm,
Obviously, this is just building the story for this whole thing,
of
but
course.
Um, yeah, that was pretty much it. And then, so
Then at
they
Royal Rumble, they just dove into each other.
yeah, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes more sense for them to have something going on than LA Knight. That means LA Knight can face off against somebody good, or he can go after Theory and maybe bring some prestige. Because I was just sitting back the other day, like, is it the women's championship or is it the U.S. title that's worth the least? Discrediting the let's leave the tag titles out.
Well, I would say Theory is the worst champion right now by far, and it's probably time that we can go ahead and say he's just not cut out for to be in the spot that he's in. Not saying that he's like not cut out for wrestling or anything. Just saying the spot that he's in, he well, I guess right now he's in the perfect spot, but he's not ready for the big time. Which brings me to a point.
I don't
If
know if
we
you can say
remember,
that though, because he hasn't really been given an opportunity. He's been in
well,
like a ton of multi triple threat matches, and he's had some one off matches on Raw and SmackDown. But for the most part, we were talking about this on the Money in the Bank review. He's been left out of pay per views left and right.
yeah, he's not been treated good, and he
So I
also
mean,
gets no reaction though. So maybe it's like a chicken and the egg thing. He gets no
maybe,
reaction, so they don't put him on the show.
maybe I don't know.
But yeah, so the thing, uh, if we recall John Cena's promo before WrestleMania, and he said, "You're not ready." I mean, everything he said in that promo seems to be coming true. He said, "No one believes you. No one cares. No one cares." Like, and we're now. No one cares. No one believes in Austin Theory. I don't know.
Cena buried another one.
Yep, Cena got him,
He
and
got that. He
and
dusted
was
that shovel off and set his sights on Theory. What a shame.
yes,
I don't know. They could do try to do something with. They could try to do something with a lot of people. Let's be honest.
and yeah, that was the idea to go back to the LA Knight thing. So after the Logan Paul thing fell through, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, he's gonna take Theory down and be the new United States champion. And now Theory's getting into a feud. So now LA Knight's missing out on that too. So
Who's he feuding
yeah,
with?
he might not even be on SummerSlam.
Who's he feuding with? Theory.
Sheamus.
Oh, they're still fucking. Ah,
Did you
they
miss
just
the
wrestled.
did you miss the match?
No, I just didn't pay attention.
Oh.
Like fuck, they wrestled. He wrestled the other one. It's close enough.
Oh, Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me. Anything else on Ricochet?
No.
All right. I skipped the trilogy that nobody asked for, but I do know that Ripley won. It was Ripley versus Natalia.
Well, you were in your right mind to skip it. It was 12 minutes of a Natalia match. Now, truth be told, it wasn't a bad match. It was actually kind of good, maybe. I don't know. As good as the Natalia match can be. The fans, who are notably idiots, did chant, "This is awesome" at some point during the match. Uh, but yeah, they got like 12 minutes or something. So this was like the other long match of the night. And Ripley wins. But come on, it's still a Natalia match. I don't care how good it was. I gotta watch Natalia for 12 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. at all of either. So, yeah. But going back to what I was saying earlier, they Ripley's just wrestled Natalia. You're telling me out of all the ladies that they have on that roster, Natalia is the only one that she can wrestle?
There's that too. I guess she's the only one that can just get beat weekly on TV for now. They don't want anybody else to lose on TV.
There's Emma.
But she shouldn't be getting a title match. I don't even know if that was a
Who
title
said?
match. I didn't
Yeah,
even pay
who
that
said
close
anything about a
attention.
title match?
I think it was though. I don't know. I didn't pay that close
Who
attention.
gives a shit? It just kills me that she's. They're more focused on making her like more manly than propping up her own division. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like she's
She's
facing
more,
off with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and she's staring down Sakoa Joe.
and what they don't realize is now, they're putting her in a non-beatable position because now a lady is not going to be believable to beat her. A woman is not believable to beat her because she's facing off with dudes.
Right. She's verbally sparring off with them, and then she's tossing them around. Tozawa, Dominic, Ray. Although Ray kind of everybody tosses Ray around, so he doesn't count.
Right.
So I don't know. I would rather see her in a fucking feud than just hanging with the boys. That's all. Maybe that would be more of a fan of hers then, because I hear she's great. I'm sure she's great. I just can't. I I can't get past that, and it just bugs me. And I don't think I don't know. I don't even know
Yeah,
if I'm
I'm
making
sure
it.
that
So,
I'm sure that geek to go and drag him down again. I'm sure that geek Stephen Fall probably asked him something about squaring off with the guys. Are you gonna go for the world title? Give us match of the year.
uh,
It hurts my voice to do that. I just want him to know that.
so you have anything to add with Ripley, Natalia?
Nope.
Cool. So Ciampa and Miz, they both have backstage promos. They're still feuding. Anything you want to add?
Nope. Looks like we got the old Champa back. Champa, Tommaso Champa. So that is good, but yeah, nothing. I'm already ready for this feud to be over, and it hasn't even really started yet.
Right. Then we get a Blood Rawling recap, because why wouldn't we have a SmackDown recap on Raw? And then Riddle comes out. But then we cut to backstage. We have this is weird. So we had a little exchange with Ripley and IYO. IYO basically said she could cash in her money in the bank on her, and then Ripley said, "Oh, that'll be the biggest mistake of your life." Which cool. Feud with IYO. Awesome. And then the rest of the Judgment Day come back, and then they're openly wondering about Finn now. And then we find out Riddle is beating Vinci.
Yep.
And
To continue that feud or
I just thought
whatever.
all of that was a big old clusterfuck. And then just a little thing for me. Priest and Ripley had like this little exchange in Spanish, which she's fucking Australian. It just doesn't make any sense.
More for you to shit on.
It's not even. It just doesn't make sense to me. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. I can't wrap my head around having a Mexican friend or a friend that speaks a different language and then just having a conversation specifically in that language. Maybe that's my ignorance. Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know. I just don't think what I don't. I would just try to communicate like myself. I wouldn't want to.
I didn't even pay that close attention to to them talking.
But because Priest throws in like fucking Spanish shit, and it's just
Well, he
okay. I get
is.
it. Huh?
So that checks out.
Yeah, I mean he's Puerto Rican. I get it. It's distracting to me, but I whatever. That's his thing. But then he's got Ripley doing it. She's fucking Australian. I draw the line. I draw I draw the line there. He says, "Oh, so tiempo," and then she, "Oh, porque." Like, fuck you. You're Australian. Uh-uh. Just anyway. Moving on. Um. So yeah, Riddle beat Vinci. Then Imperium. They attack Riddle. Then we get McIntyre, and he takes out Imperium. Then they have a stare down. They being McIntyre and Gunther, and then you have the greatest intercontinental champion of this modern era wasted in this, because later we find out that McIntyre and Riddle are going to have relations later after a couple pints, and then they're going to tag next week.
Yes. Oh, speaking of Riddle, is a good segue there. He is well, he his prawn star girlfriend just announced that she's pregnant. So there you go. I guess congratulations are in order. So
Well,
there you
don't
go.
congratulate him until
He
you
is
find out if
he's still boning prawn stars. So
Well, wait until
he
you
has
find
his
out.
taste.
Wait until you find out what shade it is first, if you can get my drift.
The baby.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
because she's a porn star.
Oh. Well, I'm sure, they try to sneak it in ex prawn star. No, 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 you're still a prawn star. I know how Google works. I can go. You may not be making new stuff, but you got enough material for me to.
If you're an ex porn star, your Wikipedia page would say former.
Yeah. But the internet's forever, so you might as well not retire.
So I gotta say that Drew McIntyre's little Glasgow kiss thing just really bugs me.
Oh, the headbutt.
Yeah, it's Glasgow kiss. Maybe it's how they say it. Little Kevin Patrick and his stupid. It's a Glasgow. He probably rubs his nipples every time he says it.
Well, he's not good, so.
No, he's terrible.
Don't put too much stock into what he says. But I will say I am kind of excited, or I wouldn't say excited, but this match between Gunther and Drew McIntyre, it is going to be hard hitting.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
So they're going to put on a, they're going to be slapping meat, if you know what I mean. So
That's the thing, though. That's Gunther has, in my opinion, he has the best matches on the card. It's just as far as the build up, that's not always the best.
right, and if when he goes in there and beats, I'm just hoping that they still do the whole clean title victory
Mm-hmm.
when he beats McIntyre. I don't want him getting interference from
Right.
Imperium. Oh, he just eked by. He had to roll him up. No, dominant win, and then he'll be a. Well, he's already, but that'll put him like on a different sphere. Like it's okay for heels to win clean.
Yeah, especially if they're just ruthless heels like Gunther is.
Yeah,
If it's the type of heel that'll gouge your eyes out and rip your throat out and stomp on your head and face and shit, yeah, that makes sense.
I
Like
mean, I remember
Diesel,
early.
he won clean.
Yeah, I remember like early WWE. Um, you would be a heel outside of the ring. And, well, not everybody, but there was a couple wrestlers. They're heel outside of the ring. They're a dick to people, but then
Mm-hmm.
when the bell rings, they like go in there and win clean, and then they start get over. They start getting over because they're winning these matches clean. And I don't know. I was just saying it is okay. Like when Randy Orton won the title from Chris Benoit, he won it clean.
You
I know, right? I can't say that name.
said it.
He won it clean. Uh, Alberto Del Rio on his first night, and
Do you think if Benoit was clean, we have 3 more people on this earth? Too
anyway,
soon.
next segment.
I missed I missed Dominic and Rollins, and that's code for I was not going to sit through another woe spot. So I'm going to tag you in.
uh, I mean, the match ended in DQ. Damian Priest interfered, obviously, because he was going to do his cash in, and he beats down Seth. He goes to do the cash in, and just as he does, out comes Finn Balor, and he attacks Seth Rollins. He knocks Seth Rollins into Damian Priest. Damian Priest then doesn't get to cash in, and then him and Finn Balor start arguing. What did you do? You just ruined my cash in. Well, you ruined my title match. And they're arguing all the while. Seth Rollins, like he did earlier, just slips out and leaves the ring. So that's how we went off the air. Damian Priest and Finn Balor arguing. Oh wait, as he was leaving, as he was leaving the ring, Dominic had the wherewithal to say, "Hey, he's getting away." He runs over there to try to stop Seth Rollins from getting away, and he gets hit with a pedigree on the outside. And then, so the end of Raw, you have Dominic laying on the ground. He's recuperated. You got Rhea Ripley coddling him, and then she's looking up at Finn. Dom's looking up at Damian Priest, so it's like a whole split thing happening. So like I don't know, more teasing of the Judgment Day splitting, and that's how we went off the air. I don't know how I feel. If the rumors are true, I definitely don't know how I feel about it. Because the rumors is that, Damian Priest gets kicked out, JT McDonough gets brought in.
Huh.
He's like as he's as interesting to me as Elmer's glue. So I don't I don't know. And I don't think he would fit this Judgment Day. And if you kick Damian Priest out, I think Rhea Ripley and Dom have to go with him. And then you start a new Judgment Day. Because they don't match the Finn part of Judgment Day.
How's that?
I don't know. They just don't seem as tight with Finn as they are with Priest.
Mm.
It just doesn't seem that way.
Yeah. Well, isn't Finn the newer one?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that would make sense. Because Edge brought them all together,
Yeah.
and then he brought Finn in, and then they immediately kicked Edge out.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yep. Finn came in. They kicked Edge out.
So yeah, it would make sense that they're not as close. I don't know, man. I don't care.
I'm
If the
just
end
waiting.
result though is less Judgment Day and maybe more people on Raw, that'd be great. Because I swear they were in almost every segment. They were littered
Almost
all
every
over the
segment,
fucking pay per
and
view.
pretty much every week. Every week, it seems someone starts with a promo. Out comes Judgment Day.
And they're not that interesting. I'm sorry. I
Well,
get
that's
that.
another conversation.
Well, no, and I get that Dominic gets a reaction. Like, fine, feature him. But Priest he's fine, but he's not. I don't see him as being like the next big thing.
But
And
he's holding Money in the Bank. That's going to be your next champion.
fine,
You picked
whatever.
him.
I did pick him.
There
I
you go.
picked him based on trajectory, and I tried to guess where they were going, not because of who I wanted to see.
Well,
If I had it my way, Gunther would just have a long line of people just to chop the fuck out of, and he would just sit on a throne, and it would just be Gunther hour. And
well,
Kaiser would just be fanning. Yeah, it'd be boring. I know.
I was going to say, it's almost what we get on SmackDown, an hour of one thing.
There is that as well. Although at least that's entertaining to me.
It is.
I don't think the Judgment Day is entertaining.
Yeah.
They have
So,
moments, but like start to finish, I could do without them. I could do without so much of them.
well, it's because there's four of them. They all each have to have. I mean, at least they all get their own thing. They're not just like, oh, you're just the lackey, Imperium.
Man, I wish they treated Imperium as like an eighth of how well they treat Judgment Day. Can you imagine if he had just big bad like Rocky 3? I think it was Rocky 3 or 4. Rocky 4. Drago having 3 Dragos.
Was that Rocky Four?
Yeah,
I thought
Rocky
that was
3 was
three.
Clubber Lang.
Who?
Clubber Lang. It was Mr. T.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, 1 and
I
2
don't want to
is
go down that road there.
yeah, 1
That
and
road.
2 is Apollo, then we have Mr. T and then Drago, and then he had a street fight with somebody.
Tommy Gunn. I got
Tommy
you there.
Gunn. Thank you.
I had that one queued up. Well, where was
But
Hulk Hogan? Wasn't he?
he was in 3. They had an exhibition
Oh yeah.
because after Rocky won the championship from Apollo Creed in the second movie, then he went from being the gritty Philadelphia street fighter to a champion that was getting grapes fed to him, and he had the robots and shit.
Yeah, he got soft.
Yeah,
And then you had Mr. T's out there grinding.
yeah. Well, Mr. T was legit, and I think he was in prison or something, if I'm not mistaken. But then you find out that his trainer was actually picking softies because he saw that Rocky was getting soft. But anyway, so before he meets Clubber Lang, Mr. T, he has an exhibition with Hulk Hogan. What was he? Thunder Lips? Was it Thunder Lips?
I don't know if that sounds right. It might be,
Oh,
but anyway,
Lips.
I know
So
you have
yeah,
to.
so he does a boxing / wrestling thing, and he gets his ass kicked because Hulk Hogan's portrayed
Taking
as
it all serious, yeah.
yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing? This is supposed to be an exhibition." And Hulk Hogan's like, "It is, brother." And he's like tossing him, yeah,
Yeah,
throwing
it
him
was
into the
Thunder Lips.
crowd.
So yeah, and then Clubber Lang calls out Rocky while he's having a press conference. You soft. Man, I miss Mr. T. He's a good man.
Yep.
Anyways, moving on to SmackDown. The Usos immediately open, so we don't waste any time with the meat and potatoes. Right off the bat, they start to gloat, beating Roman at Money in the Bank. And then as they're talking, Heyman interrupts because, again, why not? I noticed that Solo has his own shirt now, and it looks just like everybody else's shirt,
But it says Solo on it
but it says Solo, and he has a thumbs up on the back of it
for the spike.
for the spike. So Heyman says that he is the defense for Roman, the tribal chief, and Jimmy tells him to shut up. Heyman says that there's only one man that can tell him to not talk. And then Solo grabs Heyman's microphone and tosses it out of the ring. And he sits there with his arms folded. Now, I thought he was going to do he was just kind of waiting for them to make a move, and then it was just going to be a brawl. Because I thought that was more Samoan than a discussion. But they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's music hits. Comes out slowly. I thought the crowd was telling Roman that he sucks dick, but it may have been that you got pinned. I'm not sure.
It was you got pinned.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like to pretend it's you suck dick.
Okay.
But Roman says that only the tribal chief can call tribal court. And since he didn't do that, why are they wasting his time? So then they show clips. They show all these clips of Roman just verbally and physically abusing everybody. It was great. I was a fan of Roman after that, to be honest with you. Especially there's a part where he says, "Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. I'm Jay. Doesn't matter."
Oh yeah, that was early Bloodline.
Yeah, you can tell because he didn't look as his beard was different. Yeah,
Yeah, I liked how like his beard and hair like got cleaner and cleaner as he was getting more tribal chief.
right. Um. So then after that's all said and done, Roman says, "Well, that's not me. That's who I had to be. That's who I was forced to be. I did it for you, Jay. I did it for you, Jimmy. I did it for you, Solo. I didn't need the bloodline. The bloodline needed me." Then he says, "You know what? Umbrella service sounds really good right now, and I'm done. You want it? You can have it." He's talking to Jay, right? So then he takes off his necklace and he gives it to Jay. And he throws down his belt. And he literally bows down to Jay. He gets on his knees. He looks down. He's all crestfallen. And Jay goes to console Roman. And Roman hits him in the dick.
Yeah.
People getting punched in the dick, unless it's my dick, of course, will not never be funny, you know?
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
So after that, the Solo and Roman just beat the shit out of the Usos, and Roman specifically targets Jimmy. He throws Jimmy in the stairs. It hits him twice. with said stairs, and then they go to try to throw him through the table. Then Jay makes the save, but then Solo ties Jay up into the ring ropes, and you have Roman and Solo. They're assaulting Jimmy, but Jay finally gets free, but only to run into a Samoan spike. I think it was a Samoan spike. And then you had Roman. He super punched Jimmy, and then we finally get to see Solo go through the table onto Jay. No, that was Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, on the Jimmy.
And you have Roman standing tall. And there's also a moment where through the melee, Solo's standing over Roman's necklace. And he's looking at it kind of like Gollum does with his little, my precious. And they have this little thing where Roman's asking Solo for it, right? Like, give me my necklace. And Solo's hesitating because he sees the allure that is the tribal chief position. So I think they're going a little too fast with that part of this. Personally,
They're speeding the Solo turn.
I think they're going a little too fast with that.
Okay.
But we find out that Jimmy is taken away in a stretcher, and Jay immediately challenges Roman 1v1. And that's how we open SmackDown.
That is how we open SmackDown. 40 minutes of cinema.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to say it was great. Every bit of it. Roman Reigns saying, I don't need this. I was main eventing WrestleManias before the Bloodline. I don't need the Bloodline. The Bloodline needs me. And he had another great line talking about I got 5 kids at home. I didn't need to add your kids on my plate too.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that many kids.
I didn't either. He's
He's
Mrs.
busy.
Roman is getting pounded.
Yeah. Getting that tribal dick. Yeah.
So yeah, that was I was wondering, like, are they all like young kids? Like, he doesn't seem like he's old enough to be having like 18-year-olds.
Isn't he like 40?
Oh, maybe he is. I don't know.
I think
What? He's 40. He's in better shape than I am, and he's older than me.
Well, look at The Rock.
Well, that's a different story. He lives in the gym. I'm just saying. Peyton Manning said, if you're over 40, you don't have a six pack. That's out of the question.
Oh, he's 38. My bad.
Okay. That's what Peyton told me. If you're 40, you're not having a six pack. Forget about it.
Mm.
Which I believe him because.
Oh, good. Joke's on him. I never had one. Ha! Fuck you, Peyton.
I have a six pack. I can go to the store and get one. There you go.
Yeah, but it does look like we are circling back to Jay versus Roman. So,
yes, and then
literally full circle, right?
Yes, and they're teasing the Solo turn. Solo, he was over. Yeah, Solo, he's getting over. Hadn't even said like more than 5 words total.
Right.
But
well,
he's
yes, my
getting
tribal
over,
chief.
like,
I
as he
got in
was
the mood, and I got it.
Yeah. And as he as Roman Reigns. So yeah, the Usos were down. Roman Reigns is down. Solo's on his feet. He's looking at the lay. The crowd's chanting, "Put it on! Put it on!" Oh, by the way, it is worth mentioning because we talk about WWE's turning into the sing along. They were singing the Uso song as they were coming out. So there's another sing
Oh
along.
yeah.
So this is the sing along era.
Which means now everybody's gonna get a song that you can sing along to.
They're gonna be in there coming up with the theme songs. Can we sing along to that song? Is that Vince or is that Triple H? What do you think? Making everybody have a sing along.
Um, you know what? I could see that being more of a writer suggestion. Personally, since they're all like Disney writers.
Oh, but they're in the creative, so it's got to be Vince or Triple H.
Well, Triple H doesn't seem well, I don't know. I'm not backstage, but
I'm gonna thread about that later.
I think
Whose idea is sing along?
I think Triple H is less assertive, if that's the right word, than Vince in terms of I think Vince is more direct and more persistent with his vision. I think Triple H is more apt to let the talent decide where to go. He's set in pencil. Vince is set in stone.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like Vince would be doing a sing along.
I can see him doing a sing along. Oh, that's good shit.
I
They
don't
do
know.
the whoa spot. Cody, we need more whoas. Get out
That
there,
doesn't,
whoa.
that doesn't sound like. Can you imagine? Side thing. Can you imagine if like Hulk Hogan was wrestling now? Real American hits the PA and everybody's I am. That'd be something.
That's the only one that I remember them. The only one I remember really singing to. That and the Hollywood Hogan theme.
Yeah.
Maybe DX. Break it
Uh
down. Dun,
they did to break
dun.
it down. I don't know if they did the whole thing.
The Wolfpack theme. Oh, dun, 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 dun.
The fans sung along to that.
I'm just saying what I remember the lyrics to.
Oh, I never knew the Wolfpack one. I never knew what the guy was saying. Don't turn your back. I don't know.
Oh, dun, dun.
Something about the bad boys of wrestling.
Hey,
I just
see,
remember the little
gangster,
like.
gangster, see the bad boys. Let's look at the lyrics.
I just remember the dan 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 dan.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
And while you're looking that up, I'm gonna go
after
ahead and go ahead.
I was gonna say after. Well, do you have anything to add with the bloodline?
Not really. It's interesting to see where they're going with this. Like I said, it seems like they're building Solo up, or how far up that is. That seems to be now becoming a question. Like, is he the one to end the reign? Because that spot's supposed to be reserved for Cody,
Right.
but now, or where the story is going, it looks like maybe Solo could do it. But
Or they could
then you're gonna have Solo being a champion at this point. I don't see that working out positively.
no.
So I
And,
wouldn't.
and you can't go or based on fan reaction because they're all stupid, us included.
What do you mean?
This is awesome and let's whoa everything. And
I know. What do
I
you
need
mean
my
us?
sports entertainment. I was getting us.
That's not stupid. There's a reason that we went 40 minutes on this show without wrestling, and it was everybody was talking about this was the best Raw Smack. What show is this? SmackDown. This is the best
SmackDown.
SmackDown in years. Oh, you like story? It seems. Oh,
I don't know. There were some matches that Gunther had that blew this out of the water.
and no one's talking about it.
I am. I'm talking about it right now.
You're the only one. You and Gunther are the only one
I don't
talking about
care. I'll be the only one. Me and my me and my boo will
it.
stop disparaging him.
I have nothing against Gunther. I'm just saying.
You don't respect him.
Wait, what am I saying?
I don't
We
know.
weren't even talking about Gunther. You brought him up. I was
Of
talking about
course.
Roman. Talking about story. I'm talking about the bloodline, where this is going. Is Solo Sokoa going to dethrone Roman Reigns? Or are we still going to go to WrestleMania and it be Cody? I can genuinely say I have no idea now because, everything I'm saying seems to be going wrong. So they're going to do the opposite of what I say anyway, so I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they might just have the bloodline implode and Roman just scathes out with his belt. All three of them. But I am looking forward to seeing Jay and Roman go at it. Because you have the added wrinkle of Solo.
Yep, what's he's going to do?
Yeah, and
Michael Cole every time saying, he's doing this to his own brothers.
yeah.
Like,
And
that's his brother. He's doing this too.
until SummerSlam they're going to be milking the rift between Roman and Solo.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we either go Solo turns at SummerSlam or he doubles down. I mean, he's still pretty loyal to Roman Reigns. He's just hesitating. Like, he was looking at that lathe for a long time. He was hesitant to give Roman the belt. He didn't want to tag in or out. And also, that moment where at what was the last paper? Money in the Bank. The moment at Money in the Bank when Roman was sitting there crying after the spike spear combo didn't go his way
Mm-hmm.
and they kicked out and he was sitting there crying and Solo was standing over him. And he was like, "What the hell? What the fuck are you doing?" and it almost looked like he wanted to spike Roman right there.
Yeah.
Like we haven't amplified that moment enough. And then he was the one to just like, what are you doing? Let's just keep pounding. And then they go and then Roman snaps out of it. So I don't know. Maybe it is him going as the tribal chief, and then that's how the bloodline continues as Roman goes off and does what he does.
Good stuff. So after that, we get Theory versus Sheamus, and Theory won with help from Pretty Deadly. I gotta tell you, after like you said, 40 minutes of all the bloodline shit, I wasn't really interested in this match.
Yeah. I don't know if it happened on your side too, but there were so the because the bloodline thing they like didn't have commercials.
Mm-hmm.
There were so the Sheamus and Theory match like got all the commercials that the bloodline thing would have gotten. So there's like 2 or 3 commercials during this one match.
I
So it really
honestly,
didn't get into the flow of it.
I wasn't really focused enough to really pay attention to the commercial count. To be honest with you,
Well, I also just didn't care that
yeah,
Austin Theory was wrestling at
or
all.
Sheamus.
I mean, I care about Sheamus, not Austin Theory.
I don't. Not at this point. I think the brawling brutes are fucking boring. Um, and the fight night, fucking just done with it.
There you go.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, like I said, there was nothing really to this match.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like maybe that's where they're going for SummerSlam. Is Sheamus and Austin Theory, based off Austin Theory cheated and rolled him up, so it wasn't like a definitive victory.
No, I don't think it was. That and he had help from Pretty Deadly, so that alone.
Yeah, so I'm saying that maybe that's why we get a rematch at SummerSlam.
Cool. I don't know what to say about that. So moving on. We had the Waller effect. Now I gotta be honest with you, I kind of just breezed past this. From what I gather, they was building up to Edge having a big announcement. Waller said Edge is retiring. Edge says, "No, I'm not retiring. I'm having a match with you." So you got to
That's
sink or swim.
that's pretty much it. And also, sing along number, what are we at, like 10? Sing along number 10, Edge's theme music.
Okay. So yeah. So Grayson Waller and Edge are wrestling later. I'm actually kind of intrigued. I keep trying to give this Grayson Waller a shot. And I want to see this match. What I
All right.
didn't want to see is AJ Styles and fucking Karrion Kross, especially after he did that stupid pose with Mia Yim, where she did AJ's pose, but then she did the little M sign with her hand. Fuck that shit. I skipped that so fucking fast. Karrion Kross won. Anything to add? Or no, Karrion Kross didn't win. AJ won.
Yes. Yes, AJ Styles won. The match went like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Uh, they noted on commentary that Cross may or may not be hurt. Um, and then there was news afterwards that Cross is hurt. Now, I'm not one to wish injury on anybody, but if he is hurt and he's going to have to miss some time, that might actually be the best thing for his career. Just saying. now, now we can go get him repackaged, and then you know he can be maybe taken serious when he comes back. And I don't even think he. I just think he needs to,
Yeah.
because during this 1 minute match, the crowd was as silent as a sermon in church. Like you couldn't hear a peep out of the crowd, and everybody would attest that to because Cross is boring or whatever they say.
He's not boring. It's just kind of like you said, he doesn't win.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's the disconnect. He never wins.
If you
So
have a
why would we take him serious?
Yeah, it's just like that guy at school that talks all this shit, but he gets his ass whooped. Remember that kid that like
Purdue.
well, no, there was that other kid that would talk all this shit, but he'd get his ass whooped every time.
Oh, Ryan? Was it Ryan?
I don't know.
Big head? Or it could have been Blake too.
Could have been Blake. Maybe it was Blake.
Man, did I not like Blake? I
Yeah,
wanted to punch him in his face.
yeah, those stupid
But
fucking gelled up
I'll,
hair.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to have to lose to him. So,
Right.
but then, like, I can't take that.
Like
My ego can't take that to lose.
I was pretty sure it wasn't even the ego. He would just been unmerciless.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I can take him 100%. So I'm not going to do anything.
Right. He might
But
be
if I
country
did,
strong.
yeah. But I want to. I'll tell you that. I go home and think about it. I'll tell you that. I have dreams about it.
All
But
right.
yeah, it
Anything?
might be the
Oh,
best thing for Cross if he is injured. Again, I don't wish for anybody to get injured. So let's take that with a grain of salt. But
well, I don't see
it'll give
anything.
him time to, like, I don't know, maybe the crowd misses him, and then he comes back. You can then start racking up some wins, and then we can start to get invested in him because we know the company's invested in him.
Or maybe they can just part ways and Cross can try to rebuild himself somewhere else with
He can go
somebody
hang
that
out
gives a
with
damn.
he can go hang out with Bray Wyatt wherever he is.
Yeah,
He could also still have joined the Judgment Day.
I guess.
I said that was a good move for him for his career. But again, yeah, he's hurt apparently, so
I don't
that's
see
all for
anything
naught.
about. Is it storyline?
No, I forgot where I saw it. It was on Twitter.
Okay.
I'll just be honest.
Okay.
I forgot who I saw it from, but I saw it on Twitter that he is real life injured.
Gotcha. All right. Well, moving on, we have Asuka in the ring with a microphone, so you know that somebody's going to immediately come out. So then she says, "Nobody is ready for Asuka." Then, sure enough, Belair immediately comes out and starts whooping her ass. The champion. Belair comes out and tosses the champion around like she's nothing. Then Charlotte comes out and she gets into it with Belair. And then IYO comes out with Bailey. Now, we're going to pause this for a second. On Monday Night Raw, IYO said that she was going to cash in her briefcase against Ripley. Or am I mistaken?
I think she was saying she could cash in against Ripley
Okay. But why are you poking that bear when...
because she's trying to keep everybody on their toes.
Okay. Just don't make any sense to me, I guess. But anyway, so IYO and Bailey comes out. IYO hits Asuka with the briefcase. Bailey hits the whatever her dewdrop fucking primrose, iris rose.
Rose plant.
Thank you, rose plant on the briefcase, and then IYO does a moonsault to Asuka, and then they try to cash in the briefcase, but Belair stops all of that, and Belair and Charlotte clean house. And I don't know. I think Asuka is currently the weakest champion, to be honest with you. I know you said theory, but goddamn.
I mean, she's in the middle of a feud. That's
So
pretty
is theory.
well.
No,
Let me finish.
she's not in the middle of a feud. She's in the middle of somebody else's feud.
Well, it, excuse me. It's a
Bless you.
triangle. It's definitely a triangle.
Uh-huh.
Bianca Belair seems to be focused on Asuka, and Charlotte is focused on Bianca Belair. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You
yes,
don't
all
know.
eyes should
Nobody
be.
knows.
This all should be centered. This Asuka should be the center of the circle, and you got everybody else around her looking at her. but it's not that way. And the EO factor is also there. Like you said, I guess she's adding more pressure to this. Maybe we go 4-way at SummerSlam, add in
No,
EO.
I think we're sticking with the 3-way.
I think EO doesn't hold the. I mean, she might now that Triple H is, you know, partially in charge,
Mm-hmm.
but Vince is in charge, so it's whatever Vince wants. Uh, anyway, what I was going with that is she might actually hold this briefcase for a little bit.
Well, that's fine. I just don't think that they're adding EO. I don't think makes any sense to go through the trouble of winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and then having just a standard match with it. Especially EO. I don't think that fits her
No,
character.
I don't say she cashes in her contract. I'm just saying she gets added to this as another, because they always do the money in the bank briefcase holder is getting a title match, because that doesn't make sense. And then you have I forgot who did it that one year. He's like, I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna cash in the title, and I'm gonna beat you again. I
I
want to
don't
say it was like
remember.
Randy Orton, but yeah, someone did that one year. He's like, I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna cash in Money in the Bank, and I'm gonna beat you again. And it was close to happening that way, but they could do a throwback to that, um, or Bailey can coax her into
Giving
putting
it
her
up.
Money in the Bank contract on the line in the fatal 4-way match at SummerSlam.
See, I
Screw
think
her
that's dumb.
completely out of getting the title, and then that's how you get the Damage Control official split.
Okay. I mean, I think EO needs to stay away from this. It's bad enough that Asuka's getting just raked over the raked over the coals.
Yeah,
EO needs to just run away and let the dust settle. She's better off going after Ripley. To be honest with you, I think they would have a better program than being added into to Charlotte and Belair's feud with Asuka. They'll just be the two. They'll just be the two Asian ones that nobody understands.
sense wise, yes, it makes more sense. But Io versus Asuka still, we still got to get there.
Well, yeah, of course. And I mean, you very well could, but clearly at this point in time, they're not anywhere near that right now.
But they could be. She just has to cash in the contract. By the way, worth noting here that it is already set for next week that Bianca Belair and Asuka will be in a title match on SmackDown.
What?
So Charlotte's going to interfere in that to further this whole thing.
Bianca Belair and Asuka?
Yeah, title
Wow.
match coming up on Friday.
Why not? All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. I'm going to tag you in for Edge and Grayson.
Uh, I mean, it was a good match. It also went like 15 or so minutes. Crowd again did sing along with Edge and Grayson Waller. He did put on a good show for his debut on SmackDown. And Edge picks up the win off of Grayson Waller went for his finisher, which I forget the name of it. And Edge counters to a spear, gets the 1, 2, 3. And then afterwards, Edge picks up the mic and says, "You swam." because the whole thing was about if Grayson Waller was going to sink or swim,
Right.
being in the spotlight, and he said, "You swim."
Because he's done nothing but talk shit since he's been on the main roster.
Well, he had a broken leg, so.
Well, true, but that's what Edge said. You've done nothing but talk shit, and
Oh yeah.
now I talked to who I needed to talk to, and now you're in a sink or swim situation, and then yeah,
Oh wait, did I skip? No, that was the Grayson Waller effect.
yeah.
Is that what we were talking about, or were we talking about the
No,
match?
we were talking about the match.
Okay, okay, but yeah, that's that pretty much went down. So Grayson Waller puts on a good effort, but loses.
Yeah,
Because it's his debut on SmackDown. So what other sense does it make than to lose? I mean, clearly he couldn't. Edge couldn't put him over in Madison Square Garden
that's crazy.
to build a new star. Clearly, that couldn't happen.
I don't see it with him. I just don't get him.
Who, Grayson?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Uh, his character is a little confusing. I'll give you that. He, I guess he's like a party boy, social media. I'm just here for the likes and the clicks and the.
Oh, I hate him then.
Well, yeah, that's. I guess that's what he is. And I don't get his outfits because he wears like boxing gear.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I don't get.
and
It's like,
dances like a stripper.
yeah, like, are you? What are you? You're a potty boy or you're a boxer? Well, from you, everything else outside of rest your gear, you seem to be playing a party boy. Oh yeah, and like when he wins big matches, he does a shoey, which is to some stupid white thing. Sorry, where you
God damn. God damn.
where you where you pour beer into a shoe and then drink it out of the shoe.
What?
That's what it is. You get your alcohol, you pour it into a shoe, and then you drink out of the shoe. It's called a
Oh.
shoey. That's what the kids do these days.
Well,
Like what?
that's a okay. First of all, fucker, you racist shit, fuck. A shoey is an Australian thing, not a stupid white thing. So, on behalf of us, I need you to say you're sorry and that we're superior.
Is it an Australian thing?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well, I'll take that part of it back.
All right. Stupid white thing.
You guys do become anyway.
Now, if you want to,
You people.
you could say beer pong. I'll allow that.
Well, that's pretty fun.
It is
I'm just
fun.
saying, you got a old smelly, stinky shoe, and then you're drinking beer out of it. Does it give it more flavor? I mean, I don't know if it was like. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want to get weird here. I don't want to be put in the same boat as Stephen Fall. It's match of the year.
Stupid white people. Gotta get all the white people out. Dirt.
They took her name. But yeah, that's how the show or the Grayson and Edge thing ends.
Yeah, and I thought that was the end of the show. Boy, was my face red because Roman wasn't done. So In the back, Heyman tells Roman that Jay's looking for him. So Roman says, well, he can find me in the ring. So he goes right to the ring. So Roman, Solo, Heyman, they're waiting for Jay. Jay inexplicably comes out for the fans. Through the fans, not for the fans. Didn't really matter anyway because he leapt over the barricade right into Solo. Then he grabs a chair and starts attacking Roman. Solo stops Jay, like maybe 2 chair shots into it. And then Jay just starts repeatedly hitting Solo with the chair. Like he's going at it.
As Roman has retreated.
Yeah, Roman ran away. And then Jay grabs one of Roman's 3 belts. I think it was the gold one. And then he said, you took my Jimmy away. Now I gots to get you. It's trial by combat. You better accept my challenge. Then he throws the belt down. And so basically it's Roman and Jay 1v1. Kind of solidified it. Even though
At
we were...
SummerSlam.
Did they say SummerSlam? I didn't...
Well, I mean, that's where they're going with this.
Right.
And it's going to be another cinematic story. As we're in now chapter what? Or no, I'm sorry. We're in what? Phase 3 of the Roman story? So, there you go. It was great. Jay is as over as he can be right now. Which goes into another whole topic. Because seemingly they have now caught lightning in a bottle once again. The first time they did it with Cody at WrestleMania. No, Sami Zayn. They did it Elimination Chamber. They had lightning in a bottle there.
Boy, is he falling off.
They had lightning. Well, he's tag team champion. He still gets quite the reaction. They didn't do sing along this week because he wasn't on the show. But I'm sure they would have.
Yeah, he's feuding with Pretty Deadly.
Well, I told everybody. No one wanted to listen. Anyway. And if you really want to go into it, I would say the Usos are a more important tag team right now, even though they don't have the titles, than Sammy and Kevin. But yeah, so you
Well, that's
you catch
Sammy and
lightning.
Kevin's fault.
Well, I mean, there's nothing they can do. They only have Pretty Deadly and their Yes Boy stuff.
Well, it's their job to make Pretty Deadly look as good as possible.
Well, not everybody's convinced about the Pretty Deadly thing yet. So there's a lot of people that aren't behind that whole gimmick yet. So
they are pretty one-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean they. I don't know why I keep shitting on this team, but it's almost like they should be feuding with Alpha Academy, that being Pretty Deadly. I don't know. I don't know why I'm putting Alpha Academy at like jobber level team.
Because they are.
The lowest level. Well, they're not jobbers. They just won. They're more so like the comedy relief. And round they go with the Viking Raiders. So you could throw Pretty Deadly into that whole mix, and then they can be comedy team as well.
Pretty Deadly might melt though if they have to interact with Maxine.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think she's their taste.
That's what I'm saying. They might melt.
Oh, I guess I don't get that.
She touches them and ah.
Oh, oh. Boy, that one was hidden in there.
It wasn't. It was in plain sight.
No, it was hidden. It was in the weeds with Vince McMahon.
All right, fine.
But yeah, so uh I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. It was something about anyway.
Well, I ain't helping you because you hurt my feelings.
I was just saying it was in there. Oh, Jay's getting like as big as reactions as he can, so that's good for him. So that's what I'm saying. They caught lightning in the bottle with Sami Zayn. They caught lightning in the bottle again, which is already hard to do once. They did it again with Cody at WrestleMania, and now it seems as if we're getting lightning in the bottle a third time with Jey Uso and Sami and Roman Reigns. So, do they pull the trigger the third time they have caught lightning in the bottle and make Jay the champion? Short answer is no, they don't. But it is amazing that they have caught lightning in a bottle 3 times in this one storyline.
Well, it's a good story.
Yeah,
And Cody's outside of that though. He came in with his own story.
yeah, and then there's also still that whole thing because I still say this Cody story has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. It's just coincidentally Roman Reigns is the champion.
No, it has
Like,
everything to do with Roman.
I don't think it does.
Mm-hmm.
If and anyway,
Do you not remember all the feuds that Dusty had with the Wild Samoans?
no, but you got like you, and then the other people are saying this too, just talking about how if Cody Rhodes had won the title, all this Brock Lesnar thing would have made sense. So then that means Roman's the only piece of the puzzle Roman has in Cody's story is that he just happens to be the champion. You switch anybody else, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, if he had Roman's title, it's still the same story for Cody. And that is getting the title that his dad uh, held and never got to win.
They used to fight the Wild Samoans over. All those battles.
Well, that was before my time, so I don't care about that stuff.
Well, it makes sense though, because Roman is related to the Wild Samoans. And Dusty used to fight the Wild Samoans. Dusty's related to Cody. You got generations of feuding. I don't know if Dusty wrestled the Wild Samoans, for the record.
Well, I'm sure he has. They were, they were in the same era, so they must have. But I think that was the end of SmackDown. No.
That is the end of SmackDown, finally.
Yes. So pretty much we got the majority of the bloodline, and then there was other stuff. A little bit of other stuff, like 2-minute matches.
Yeah. Bloodline, Asuka is continued to be shit on. Grayson Waller had a debut. And he looked okay. That was SmackDown. Oh yeah, Austin Theory is still breathing. We did a wellness check on him.
Yes. Now we got to put out an APP for Bobby Lashley.
Oh
And
yeah.
random guy that need to put an APB out on is Omos. Where the hell is he at? Not that I want to see like Omos matches. I'm just saying, where's he at?
He got curb stomped.
And we're about to be on SummerSlam, so where's his spectacle match? Why couldn't we do Logan Paul versus Omos? That's a bigger match than Ricochet. And the main
Just
part
about
of
any
this all,
match. is bigger than Ricochet.
And the main part of this all is Ricochet has to get on a microphone to build this match.
Oh, that's true.
So Vince made a bad call there, picking Ricochet over LA Knight or whoever else, anybody else. Omos, like I just said. Vince made a bad call with Ricochet, but Ricochet is one of Vince's guys. He's like he's a big Ricochet guy. Because, he brought him into the company and he loves those flips and flops.
Okay.
Anyway, and Steve Falls is a geek. That's he was match of the year. Boy, I'm really nailing that.
Yeah, you are.
But I think if you disagree with anything, let us know in the comments. If you agree with anything, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow us on Threads, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Spotify. I think that's all of it. And there is a lot of it. And is there anything else?
Just have a good night.
Have a good night, and until next time, Top Guys out.